And now on to a work from what has become very much a special interest of mine, British piano music of the 20th century. And this is a piece with which I have a very special link. Well, I feel a special connection with it. This is the manuscript. I'm going to play it from the original manuscript. The second sonata by Arnold Cooke. Now, Arnold Cooke was born in the West Riding of Yorkshire in 1906. He was one of the few British composers to study with Paul Hindemith, the German composer who had such an original contrapuntal gift. He studied in Berlin with Hindemith in the late 1920s, early 30s, I think. And then he was appointed a professor of composition at the Royal Manchester College of Music, which is now part of the Royal Northern College of Music. Later on, Arnold Cooke became a professor for many decades at Trinity College of Music, as it was then, in London. And he lived not so very far from here, out in rural Kent, where he died at the age of 98 in 2005. Now, Arnold Cooke successfully combined a very English lyrical gift with the structural discipline and the contrapuntal ingenuity that his German mentor was so famous for. He was often called the English Hindemith, and I think there was a certain amount of suspicion of Cooke as a result of that, but I think he very successfully fused that influence and grafted it onto his own very English personality, actually. It's very elegant music, very beautifully crafted. He builds up to terrific climaxes, but he does it very, very structurally with lots of lines interweaving, as you'll hear in this sonata. Now, the second piano sonata was written in 1965, and it was premiered by my teacher from the Academy, Rosemary Wright, at the Cheltenham Festival in Cheltenham Town Hall in 1966. And there's a wonderful photograph of her being congratulated by Sir Arthur Bliss after the premiere. He was there to hear a work of his at the festival as well. Now, when Rosemary died in 2020, she very kindly left me all her music, and I was thrilled that the manuscript of the Cooke Sonata with her markings and his markings was among the music that made its way to me. And I resolved then and there to learn it, although I never studied it with her. I just feel somehow, from everything I know of her, everything I absorbed of her teaching, and all her many, many, many markings on this score, and some of Cooke's own markings, and all of them made in consultation with him when she was working with him on it, I kind of feel that I've worked with her on it. And it's been a real joy and a privilege to prepare it. I recorded it in the summer. That's coming out on a disc of British piano sonatas in the new year. But I thought I'd share it in a few places where I'm playing this autumn, including here in Orpington. So here is the three movements of Arnold Cooke's second sonata. The first movement is big, arresting and impassioned. Then the second movement is wonderfully lyrical and a sort of threnody, really, a sort of very lamenting, very stately piece, which builds to this terrific climax with these wonderful lines. Listen out for that structural ingenuity that he has. And then a fiery last movement with a blazing coda. It's a great piece, and I hope you enjoy it before we have our little interval. Arnold Cooke's second sonata.